Hey guys, I have Ambassador Intense from the house of Gisada. This is a niche house out of Switzerland. This is the first time I ever got a bottle from this particular house. I think this one comes at a pretty fair price. I mean, when I say fair, I mean compared to all the all the crazy pricing on even designers nowadays. Forget niche, even designers are pretty intense and crazy nowadays. So it's about $70 for 100 ml. Um, yeah, the bottle looks exactly like oh, not exactly, but pretty similar to Diva Sauvage Elixir. Now, Diva Sauvage Elixir, a lot of people say this is like Diva Sauvage. No, it's not Diva Sauvage Elixir. I understand why they say that. I get it because of there's that licorice, peppery, nutmeg note in this, but there's a whole lot more in this. This is like Dior Sauvage Elixir plus plus plus. Yeah, it's pretty. It offers a lot. To be honest, I like things like this. This is something that I miss nowadays. When niche houses, or let's say anyone for that matter, when they try take risk, they try to do something a little more, especially at a good price point, at sort of a fair price point compared to a lot of other things now. It's always fun. It's always nice. It's always interesting. I did put a spray or two on my hand before this, just to keep my memory fresh. Now, this guy, I would say, do not bother. I repeat again, do not bother looking at notes on Fragrantica with this. All those notes, the amount of notes that are there in this particular scent, you're not going to be able to guess. You just can't get scent profiles. Using scent memories or anything, you just can't figure out the scent. This is something that needs to be experienced. Only then I think you understand it. Now, this one is the flanker to the original ambassador, and that one was a much simpler scent compared to this guy. That was more fruitier, a lot of fruity notes in that. It was super easy to wear. You can go out, casual, partying, all that kind of stuff. But this guy is totally different now. Now, this guy is a bit more serious. This guy means business. This guy is, more about the money now. Opens up pretty intense. This, like, it has that fresh opening. Sure, it has, like, your citruses in the opening. It does display all that, but straight away it gives you. You also get that intense, the incense note in this one. The incensey note is there. It's not hiding at all. It's there. It's in your face. You also get a little bit of the lavender. That licorice and nutmeg. They start off pretty easy. They start as if they're very light, and they're just there for a casual outing. They just want to be friends and things like that. But then they start getting darker. Yeah, slowly you'll start getting, it starts getting darker. The peppers as well, they start getting a little more nastier. They get more intense. So it starts off pretty bright, and you'll be like, huh, why were everyone saying this one's a dark and like a very deep scent? It doesn't smell like that, but it gets there. It gets pretty dark, this one. Now, if you give it an hour or something like that, and then you start getting into this sort of the mids and the bass. The bass notes on this one are, again, there's like five sources of sweetness in this. So it has sweet. Again, this is not an intensely sweet scent. Again, that's the good thing. Thank God for that. It's not like crazy sweet again. So this is like very Aventusy like, I felt, at least for me. And this is not like, I'm not talking about Aventus like Creed Aventus. This is more like, you could say, more like the clones that come out of that are basically cloning from Armaf and all these other guys, the Club de Nuit gang. You get a little bit of the vibe. That vibe does come in because this one has sweetness from tonka, vanilla, caramel. Um, as far as I can see, yeah, those are the sources of sweetness. No, it also is pretty ambery. This guy is also pretty ambery. So even ambers, they do add into the sweetness. Now, again, it does have sources of sweetness, but this is not a sweet scent. This is not. It is sweet, but this is not something out of control or something. This is totally manageable, very fresh. Definitely, like for a good occasion, like if you have a night, you have like some kind of an event at nights or something like that, a dressed up event. Totally fit the vibe. This one's something you can really pull off. um I kind of feel it does lean more masculine for me. This one is more masculine leaning as well as a scent profile, because of the, again, the bass notes do have a lot again over here. It's not simple. It does have the leathers. It does have vetiver. The patchouli is there. The musk comes in. You have the cashmere wood, which is again, again, that's again a synthetic compound, which again it basically stimulates a little bit of the woodiness and a little bit of a musky, nuance in it. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening here. The bass is pretty intense, and as you know, as you start going up in oil concentrations, yep, the bass notes play a more significant role in the scent. So the higher the oil concentration, the more impact of the bass notes on the entire experience of the perfume. So you got to keep that in mind. Don't just look at the the top notes and the mids and think that's all. No, it's this one is basically a very bass note heavy. This guy. But the beauty of this one, what I really, really liked, is the way, even though they have three, four sources of sweetness in this, it is still not a sweet scent. It still kind of remains fresh, but intense because of all the incense. And you have a lot of florals in this again. Do not forget the geraniums, and you have a lot of white florals. You have lavender. So again, there's florals in this, keeps that, again, because of the florals, it doesn't become too powdery as well. Now, in the dry down, what I noticed with this, after 6 hours, 5 6 hours, it starts smelling, for me, at least for me, I get a lot of the Aventus like dry down. Uh, it it sort of just goes into that direction for me. It's almost like Aventus and Dior Sauvage Elixir, in the dry down. It's something in between those two in the dry down. Now, that is after the 6 hour mark. This is insane in terms of projection, in terms of longevity on clothes. This one projects for like freaking 4 hours, 5 hours. This guy is projecting, on clothes. This is like one day, maybe even it'll go into the next day as well. Easy on clothes. Do not worry about performance. This has got performance. The entire performance department is covered, so you don't have to worry at all. I'm just going to do a couple of sprays so you can see the sprayer as well in action. You see that? So it's a pretty good sprayer. Nothing wrong with that. Again, nice bottle, magnetic cap, and all that. Um, I mean, can't complain. It's a nice bottle. This one's a black one. The original ambassador was a transparent one, and the titanium is like, well, it looks like titanium. It's like just hyper silver. So that's Gisada ambassador. Yeah, for me, let winters, when winters come in, I'm just going to let the winters come in, and I'm just going to go nuts on this guy. I'm going to try use him even during the summer whenever I get a chance, maybe an outdoors sort of setting, with it when it's a little breezy in the night. I'm going to definitely use this guy. Yeah, smells great, good price point. Again, new. It's a new house. I have never tried this one before. It's the first bottle, and I'm enjoying this guy totally. So, yeah, this has been a good review for me as well. It's been an eye-opening review. New house, from Switzerland. I never have even heard of any other scent or any other house from Switzerland. Maybe I need to educate myself. But yeah, this has been a good experience. Alright, guys, that was my quick review on Gisada Ambassador Intense. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya!